My fiancée left me for another man. 6 hours later, she was begging at my door. My fiancée looked me dead in the eye and said, I'm moving in with Cole. We're having a baby. All I managed to say back was, congratulations. Then I canceled the engagement ring, returned the car I'd gotten her, and locked her out of everything. Every account. Every password. 6 hours later, she was on my doorstep, crying her eyes out because Cole had already kicked her out. But before I dive into all that, let me say this. I've noticed the channel's been slowing down a bit lately. If you're here and you like these stories, hitting that subscribe button is the easiest way to show support. It's fast, it's free, and it really helps keep this community growing strong. I'm 36, sitting here at my kitchen table, staring into a half-empty coffee cup, trying to wrap my head around how quickly your whole future can blow up in your face. It was a Thursday afternoon, around 2 o'clock, when my phone rang. It was Emily, my 31-year-old fiancée. We'd been together for 3 years, engaged for 8 months, and living in my house for a year and a half. The call was short, cold, and strangely formal. Ryan, she said, I need to tell you something. I'm moving in with Cole. We're having a baby. She told me she'd be by later that night to grab her things. Cole, he's 29, her personal trainer. The guy she'd been working out with almost daily for the last 4 months. I'd even been paying for the damn sessions, thinking I was being supportive. My brain locked up for a second. The words didn't fully register right away. I just blurted out congratulations. Flat. Emotionless. Like I was confirming a dentist appointment or something. That's it. That's all you have to say, she asked. What else am I supposed to say? You've already made your choice. I thought you'd fight for me. You're pregnant with another man's child and moving in with him, Emily. There's nothing left to fight for. Then I hung up. What struck me most was how calm I felt. Almost like I was outside myself, watching someone else's life fall apart. But even under that strange calm, my brain had already shifted into gear. First thing, the engagement ring. I called the jewelry store where I bought it 6 weeks ago, told the manager what had happened. He was sympathetic, said they had a 60-day return policy for situations like this, minus a restocking fee. I drove there right away, gave the ring back, walked out with $11,000 of the $12,000 I'd spent. Next up, the car. Emily had been driving a leased BMW I'd co-signed for about 10 months ago. The monthly payments were coming straight out of my bank account. I logged into the leasing company's website, removed my payment info, then called them to officially pull myself off as guarantor. They told me she'd either need to qualify for it on her own or return the car by the end of the month. No way her personal trainer's salary was going to cover it. Then I went home and started locking everything down. Changed the Wi-Fi password. Logged her out of all the streaming services, Netflix, Disney+, the whole lot. Changed passwords on all the shared devices. Updated the security system code. Canceled her gym membership. Yep, I've been paying for that too. Called the credit card company and took her off as an authorized user. Took me maybe 3 hours to shut it all down. Every step felt clean. Purposeful. Like I was erasing her from my life with each click and phone call. By 5 o'clock, I was sitting in my living room with everything locked down, just waiting to see what came next. Around 6:30 p.m., the doorbell rang. I checked the security camera and there she was, Emily, standing on the porch, crying, her mascara smeared all over, holding 2 suitcases. I opened the door, but kept the chain latched. Ryan, please, she said. We need to talk. Cole, he kicked me out. Kicked you out? Why the hell would Cole do that to his pregnant girlfriend? It's complicated, she said. He said he needed time to process everything. That he wasn't ready for me to move in yet. The entitlement dripping from her was unreal. She torched our entire life together, assuming Cole would just swoop in and play house. But when that didn't work out, she came crawling back to me. Well, I told her, that sounds like a Cole problem, not a Ryan problem. You can't just cut me off like this, she cried. I can't get into any of my accounts. The car payment got declined. My gym membership's gone. You told me you were moving in with Cole. So all of that? That's his responsibility now. Just for tonight, she pleaded. Until I can figure something out. No, Emily. You made your decision this morning. You chose Cole and his baby over the life we had. I'm just honoring your choice. Her face shifted. Desperation turned into anger, then panic. This is insane, she snapped. You're punishing me for being honest. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm just accepting what you decided. You wanted a new life with Cole? Go live it. But I have nowhere to go, she said, on the verge of sobbing again. You've got Cole. You've got family. You've got friends. Figure it out. Then I closed the door and turned the deadbolt. She stood outside banging on my door for a good 10 minutes, crying, shouting, pleading. Then eventually, she gave up and left. And let me tell you, the quiet that followed? It was oddly peaceful. Update number 1. It's been 2 days since Emily dropped the bombshell, and the fallout has gone exactly how you'd expect. That same Thursday night, after she stormed off, my phone started blowing up with texts from unfamiliar numbers. Clearly, she was borrowing other people's phones since I'd already blocked hers. Ryan, please. I messed up. Big time. Cole's not who I thought he was. I'm staying in a motel. I can't afford this. Please, just talk to me. I took screenshots of every message. Didn't reply to a single one. Friday morning rolls around, and I get a call, on my work phone, no less, from her sister, Brooke. Ryan, what the hell is wrong with you? Emily's a wreck. She's basically homeless. I kept it simple. Brooke, your sister told me she was moving in with another man and that she's pregnant with his kid. I respected her choice. She made a mistake. Cole turned out to be a complete jerk. He used her and then dumped her. That sucks. Truly. But that's not my problem to fix. She needs help. She has nowhere to go. She has you. She has her friends. And she has Cole, the father of her baby. Cole wants nothing to do with her now. Again, not my issue. She picked him over me. You're being cruel. No, I'm being honest. She ended things with me to start a new life. I'm not a fallback option. Then I hung up. Blocked Brooke's number right after. That afternoon, I got another call. this time from Emily's mom, Diane. Now that was a real treat. Ryan, I'm honestly ashamed of you. Emily's pregnant, and you threw her out like trash. Diane, your daughter told me she was leaving me for another man and carrying his child. I didn't throw her out. She left, but she changed her mind. She realized she screwed up. No, she realized Cole wasn't going to take care of her the way I did. That's not a change of heart. It's just reality catching up with her. She needs stability right now. She's pregnant. With Cole's child. That makes him responsible, not me. You're heartless. No, ma'am. I'm practical. Your daughter made a decision. I'm just respecting it. Now here's the kicker. What really brought the whole mess into focus? A mutual friend let me in on a little secret. Cole didn't just kick Emily out. He's married. Has been this whole time. Apparently, his wife found out about the affair and the pregnancy, and Cole cut ties with Emily immediately to try and salvage his marriage. So just like that, Emily didn't just lose her fiancé and the comfortable life we built. She lost the guy she was cheating on me with. Now she's pregnant, alone, and the baby's father won't even return her calls. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck, except I'm finally off the train. Then today, I get a call from the BMW dealership. Emily had gone in, trying to explain her situation, hoping they'd give her some kind of break. But they told her exactly what I already knew. Without a cosigner and a decent credit score, she doesn't qualify to keep the lease. She has until the end of the month to return the car, or they'll repossess it. Meanwhile, she's been posting cryptic nonsense on social media. Stuff like, you really learn who people are when times get tough, and so much fake love in the world. A few mutual friends reached out, asking what happened. I told them the plain, honest truth. She left me for another man. It didn't work out. Now she's facing the fallout. Most people understood. The ones who didn't? They probably weren't real friends to begin with. I spent the weekend packing up what was left of her stuff. The things she missed in her rush to leave Thursday night. Boxed everything up, labeled it. If she wants it, she can arrange a pickup. I'm not delivering anything. The house feels different now. Quieter, but in a way that feels good. No more tiptoeing around, wondering if she's texting her trainer. No more paying for workout sessions with the guy who got her pregnant. No more funding the lifestyle of someone who was planning her escape behind my back. Update number 2. It's been a full week since that phone call turned my life upside down. And somehow, the audacity keeps getting worse. Monday morning, I get a certified letter delivered to my workplace. Not an email, not a text, an actual handwritten, 3-page letter. It was pure melodrama. A whole sob story about how I abandoned her when she needed me the most, and how she never intended for things to go the way they did. But the cherry on top? The final paragraph was her demanding that I pay for her hotel while she gets back on her feet. And then, get this, she suggested we go to couples counseling to work through this betrayal. The betrayal. She cheated. She got pregnant by another guy. She dumped me for him. And now I'm the one who betrayed her, because I won't bankroll her new life? I showed the letter to my buddy Nate. He's a lawyer. We were grabbing lunch. He read through the pages, then laughed so hard he nearly choked on a sandwich. Let me get this straight, he said, wiping tears from his eyes. She leaves you for another man, and now she wants you to pay for her hotel? That's rich. Yeah, Nate. It really is. And she had the nerve to call that my betrayal. Apparently, in her mind, I was supposed to be her fallback plan forever. Nate just shook his head and said, save that letter. If she ever tries to escalate things legally or otherwise, that note is gold. It spells out exactly how she thinks. Tuesday. Reality finally started landing some punches. My bank called me mid-morning. Turns out Emily had tried to use my credit card again. I'd already canceled it, but she kept trying at different stores. The bank flagged the charges as potential fraud until I explained what was going on. After that, I called the credit card company directly to make things crystal clear. She's no longer an authorized user, and any attempts she makes to use that card are unauthorized. They added a note to the account, flagged her name, and that was that. Wednesday. The family rolled in, unannounced. Emily's parents showed up on my doorstep mid-afternoon. I watched them on my door camera for a couple of minutes, just sipping coffee and weighing if I even wanted to deal with it. Eventually, I opened the door. Diane. Ryan, we need to talk, she said, like this was some sort of intervention. Frank, her dad, looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, but he spoke up. Son, Emily made a mistake, but you can't just cut her off like this. She didn't make a mistake, Frank, I replied calmly. She made a decision. A clear, calculated one. She left me for another guy. That guy bailed. That sucks, but it's not on me. She's pregnant. She needs support. Right. Support from the father of the child. Cole. Not me. But Cole used her. He lied. He's married. That's something she should have figured out before she slept with him behind my back. We know she messed up, but... No, but, Frank. She picked Cole. She made the bed. Now she's lying in it. They tried to wear me down for about 20 more minutes. Guilt trips. Reasoning. Even a little light threatening about doing the right thing. I stayed calm. Stuck to facts. Didn't budge. Eventually, they realized I wasn't giving an inch in left. Thursday. That's when it got downright pathetic. I'm at the gym. My gym. Not the luxury one where she met Cole, just finishing up a set. Next thing I know, Emily corners me by the free weights. Ryan, please. Just give me 5 minutes. You've got 3, I said, checking my watch. Clock's ticking. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But I'm pregnant and scared and I don't know what to do. 2 minutes. Cole lied to me. He never planned on leaving his wife. He just wanted a fling. I was so stupid. 1 minute. I miss you. I miss us. I know we can fix this if you just give me a chance. Time's up, Emily. I looked her straight in the eye and said, this wasn't a mistake. You made a choice. You chose to cheat with Cole. You chose to get pregnant by him. You chose to leave me for him. And now, because Cole turned out to be exactly what everyone but you could see he was, you want to backtrack. But I love you. No, You love what I gave you: security, a place to live, a stable life. Cole gave you a thrill until real life knocked on the door. Now that it's here, you're scrambling back to what you walked away from. That's not true. It is. You stood in my living room and told me you were moving in with him and starting a family. Everything I did after that was just accepting your choice. If Cole had lived up to your fantasy, you'd be decorating a nursery right now, not begging me for a do-over. I picked up my towel and headed for the exit. Find another gym, Emily. This one's mine. Later that night, I got a text from Brooke. You're a heartless bastard. Emily is sleeping in her car. My reply? She chose Cole. These are Cole's consequences to handle. Blocked Brooke for good. Final update. 3 months have passed since Emily dropped the bombshell. Time for the last chapter of this whole train wreck. Not long after my last update, her situation unraveled fast. Turns out, living out of a BMW you can't afford while pregnant isn't a long-term plan. She lasted maybe a week before the dealership repossessed the car. I actually drove past the lot a couple days later. There it was, sitting on display again, dealer plates back on. Her parents finally stepped in. Kind of. They let her move back into her old bedroom. But from what mutual friends have told me, it's been a nightmare. Emily thought moving back in with her parents meant slipping right back into the lifestyle I'd been providing. Takeout dinners, shopping sprees, and a nice little entertainment budget. Instead, she got exactly what most adults get when they mess up. Basic room and board, and a steady stream of lectures about personal responsibility. The pregnancy made everything more complicated. Cole, desperate to salvage his marriage, told his wife Emily was probably lying about the baby. He demanded a prenatal DNA test. Emily agreed, probably hoping it would force him to step up. Results came in. No question, it was his kid. And Cole's big move? Not leaving his wife for Emily. Nope. He lawyered up and started prepping for a custody fight, offering the bare minimum in child support. His wife kicked him out anyway, but he's still fighting tooth and nail to make sure Emily doesn't get a dime more than what's legally required. So now she's living with her parents, working part-time, pregnant with the child of a man who treats her like a legal liability. Single motherhood, on hard mode. The best moment? About 6 weeks ago, I was sitting outside a coffee shop near my office when I spotted her across the street, heavily pregnant, struggling to juggle 2 overloaded grocery bags in the summer heat. And for a split second, something stirred in me. Not quite sympathy, more like a quiet acknowledgement of what we'd once had. But then the image that really stuck hit me. Her, standing in my living room, proudly telling me she was leaving to have Cole's baby. That flicker of feeling vanished. I finished my coffee and went back to work. Then just last week, Brooke made one final play, through a coworker of mine, no less. He asked if I might be willing to help Emily out, for old time's sake. Maybe chip in, since I used to care. My answer was short and simple. Emily picked Cole to be the father of her child. That makes these his expenses. Still, the entitlement just doesn't quit. Even now, with her life crumbling and the full weight of her choices staring her down, she and her family act like I should still come in and clean up the mess. But me? I'm doing great. Really great. The house is mine again. My bank account. Also mine again. I don't lie awake wondering who my partner's texting, or feel like I'm financing someone else's fantasy life. Started seeing someone new last month, Michelle. She's 33, an architect, met her through some mutual friends. She's smart, independent, handles her own finances, and hasn't once brought up needing a personal trainer. It's refreshing to be with someone who doesn't view me as a financial strategy. There was no wild revenge. No petty drama. Just stepping aside and letting Emily deal with the reality she created. She wanted Cole. She wanted his baby. Well, she got exactly that, plus everything else that came along with it. A married man who used her. A broken relationship. A custody battle. A future as a single mom. And the complete collapse of the life she once had with me. She gambled everything, thinking Cole was the upgrade. She lost. And in the end, the house always wins. Sometimes, the most satisfying revenge is doing absolutely nothing and letting someone else destroy their own life. Thanks for reading. I've read it too. Time to shut this chapter for good.